Hello everyone, welcome back to Vonderhaus. I'm Jess, and today joining me is Liv. They went through the process with me and it was great, incredible experience. So I've got some lovely questions prepared for you if you're ready for them.
I'm ready.
Sweet.
Let's do it.
What is your favorite part of being a homeowner? That's a big question.
It is a big question. I would say the change in my day-to-day, my routine has helped a lot with having more freedom with my dogs, having space in the yard, having that security of knowing I have a parking spot to come home to, which feels silly to say, but it has been a huge difference coming from an apartment life to the house life. Otherwise, I would say having people over is a favorite. Having the space to have my chosen family and my loved ones and my little nibblings, nieces and nephews, just seeing them in the space makes me feel so proud and really good. Like, this is their space too.
Oh, I love that.
I know, it's so sweet. It's so sweet.
Why did you decide to buy a house? Love it.
One is building generational wealth. It's a huge one, especially communities of color are significantly impacted by just not having access to generational wealth through housing and homeownership. And it has been really important to me to think about that as I navigated the process, and also just thinking about my family, because I have 5 children, like my nieces and nephews, my partner's kids that are in my circle. And I just think about their futures and how like me having this home now impacts them and sets them up, and as my parents age as well. So that's been one. The other one that I thought of is like the creative freedom that you can have with having a home, just being allowed to do whatever you'd like, express yourself through your house, and that's been really nice.
Why do you think queer homeownership matters?
Why do I think queer homeownership matters?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's about community. I think it's about curating the community. It's about sustaining and nourishing the community. Having a safer place to call home has been huge. I didn't even mean to, but there's a gay bar, kitty corner to my house, which is just like, wow, you know, when I first moved in, I made the decision to put up a trans flag, and I knew that that was a decision. And every day it still is, to keep it there. And the next day I had a little like card on my door, on my porch, and some flowers that were handpicked from my queer neighbors down the street.
What?
And the card was like, I didn't tell you this. The card was like, we notice our neighbor has a really cool flag. Welcome to the neighborhood. Love your queers. You know, like, it was so sweet. And so now I have that sense of security here as well. So
I love that.
yeah, and I think that's really bringing it to why queer homeownership matters, is because of that sense of community, building that. And then I feel like we're going into elderhood, which is freaky to think about, but trans people above the age of 30 are elders because a lot of us don't make it. And so I think about the future of us, and homeownership really allows for that future to happen.
Yeah. That's amazing. I'm so happy you had that experience.
Yeah. Well, you really were part of that and are part of that.
Aw. I appreciate
We'll talk
you.
about it. I appreciate you.
We're going to get into the favorite parts of the process and the hardest parts.
Yes.
Do you want to start with the hard parts or the favorite part?
Let's start with the hard stuff.
Yes.
If that's okay.
Yes.
You mentioned the short sale is not a short process.
Yes.
I joke about a short sale is a long sale when I tell people like about my homeownership experience, home buying experience rather, because I have a friend who just bought a house and she's like, yeah, it happened in like 4 weeks. And I'm like, what? 4 weeks?
The normal time. Yeah.
For us, it took 4 months.
Yeah.
And so that was the hardest part, was the waiting, the not knowing, the letting go of control, because somebody else decides in a lot of ways for you, and or like things just have to fall into place. And the letting go, for me, that was really tough, which we talked about a lot during it. But then it's like the letting go and the trying not to fall too much in love with the house at the same time, because it could just slip away.
Yeah, because for those who aren't aware of the short sale process, we essentially had to submit our offer.
Yep.
The sellers had to accept the offer. After that, it was a series of, does the bank accept the offer?
Yeah.
And another kind of bank. It seemed like there was
Right.
multiple parties that had to sign off on it.
The sellers' banks.
Right. Yep. And then went through a negotiation process. With short sale, it's very much like, nope, it's as is. You have to take it. So we had to kind of just do everything that we could, because they wanted a significant amount more than what we wanted to give them.
That's right.
So we had, shout out to Kenny, the contractor.
Shout out to Kenny.
He put together a fat quote for us, and we really just got it for what we wanted it for.
Yes.
So we were fortunate. Yeah, that was just such a wild process.
It's true, and that last piece that you're mentioning, like that was a make it or break it for me, because if we couldn't have done those negotiations in a unique way, like we just found out how we could, you really problem solved that for me. Like it truly was thousands of dollars of a difference, and thousands of dollars that I didn't have. So it was a huge barrier lifted to navigate that.
Yeah. A painful wait.
A painful wait.
Very painful wait.
Oh, that I'm still feeling the remnants of. No, it was. I mean, like it was so hard. I think about that time and I'm like, how did I just like
you just
let
had to let
time
it go
pass?
every day.
And you know what happened? I became really obsessed about the designing it, like thinking about what it could be. And you know, I said that the advice is to not fall in love, but I did. And it was a risk.
You were like all the way in it.
I was in it.
But I really loved how everything came together.
Yeah.
Like the universe was like, yep, you're in it, and so are we. And like, here is everything you need.
Right.
It was so nice.
Yeah. And I don't know if we're going to get to this either, but a part of, like in a later question, so you'll have to let me know. But another favorite part was just the curating the process of the community that I built along the way. You know, we have talked a lot about how all of my support through the process in home buying has been through queer and trans people. With you, with myself, just knowing like what I need as a queer and trans person, not just in a home, but in a community. And knowing that other queer and trans people more than likely get it. It meant a lot to have a queer and trans realtor, to have a queer inspector, to have a queer lender. Trying to think who else. I had like a queer like DIY class at Make With. Shout out to Make With.
Yeah.
We love you. And all the forums that you're going to be. All of these people exist within the Portland, Vancouver sphere in our little world here. And it is like, man, the community is abundant. The resources are abundant. Like we are here and you just have to find us. And we do a good job of letting folks know that we're here, but like that's something I've loved, and something else that's my favorite now is that I get to keep talking about it and get other people into it. Because I'm like, wait, you think you want to buy a house? Well, then you got to talk to Jess.
Yeah.
You know, or just like, oh, I know people. Let's spread it. Let's spread not just the wealth, but the abundance and the access.
Yep, and the knowledge, because now you know a lot of these things that maybe hold people back, or they're intimidated, or they're not going to feel included.
Yeah.
So.
Or thought of, considered. We've talked about scary moments that people have had and the difference that it has made in having people like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any advice for future first-time homebuyers?
Any advice for future first-time homebuyers?
Yeah.
I kind of alluded to it, but you know, people would joke when I would tell them about everything that I want to do to the house or things that I think need to be done, like fixed or updated. They're like, the list will never end. It will never end. There's always something. And that's like a both and. That's like it can feel really heavy and hard that it will never end. But I think of trying to stay positive with like that creative expression of how we know what needs to get done, but like I really have autonomy over how it gets done. And I think just holding on to that would be some advice of hold on to the positives, even though it's really difficult. Especially, you know, we're talking about homeownership within the context of this world, so it can be hard to hold on to the positives, but there's so much around. And I think the other advice I'd have is if you can, have a therapist. Because it can be tough, and that's for anyone, home buyers and not. Because, you know, you don't know what you don't know, which is something I was going to say earlier of like, wow, I learned so much. And it was an onslaught at times of knowledge of like, wow, I didn't know how much I didn't know. So just take it easy. Lean on your people. It matters who you choose to support you because that's who you have through the process.
Right.
And that's why it's got to be intentional.
Yeah.
You got to think about yourself and what you need, not just now, but your future self too.
I love that.
Yeah.
Those are all the questions I had.
Those are great.
I know.
We could talk all day about this.
I know.
It's so special. I wish it for anyone and everyone. And thank you for everything that you've done and continue to do. Not just for me, but for the community.
Aww.
You really deserve all the love and
You're
light.
so sweet.
I'm serious. I love you so much.
Helping you out was so amazing because I really felt like everything that was thrown our way as a challenge, just like it fell into place. Sometimes it took a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But I really felt like you were so deserving of everything, and the universe just rewarded you in such a really beautiful way that is kind of rare in my industry to see.
I bet. I can imagine.
It was a painful wait for sure, but I just feel like, I don't know, it was just like, everything happened perfectly.
And we had like those small diamonds, those shiny little moments along the way when we found out that the house is like historically queer owned, and that's been really huge. Shout out to the amazing older lesbians that built this beautiful patio for us, for me, for the dogs.
They're so handy and
I think
gifted.
of them often. So that's just a part of the specialness. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
Can't wait to have more conversations with you throughout life, and
absolutely.
Just really excited for you to have this beautiful place to call your own.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
It means the world to me. You mean the world to me.
Aw, thanks, Liv. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all next time on Vonderhaus. Peace.